Good afternoon, guys and girls. I am your voice of choice, DrMarxout, and we are bringing you this week's edition of Storm. And we are kicking things off today with a bit of a mismatch in sizes and styles. Is Daisuke Deo, the long-standing just superstar from Hajime Puro, still trying to find some footing here in Blitz, taking on the Hude that's much bigger. Biggest Haas, last year's Haas of the year, Nigel Von Bartleby. Welcome to the feed, King Feck. Your boys are not in action tonight, but they will be in action on Remedy this week. We are still trying to fully figure out the day of Remedy. We're looking to be either tomorrow afternoon, around the same time, or we're going to be late night on probably Thursday. Although there is a brief chance we may just go back-to-back tonight. It kind of depends on booking in the building. Related to the tag team division, though, we do have a singles match between one half of our current champions and one half of the former champions. We'll get to that later on down the line, though. Daisuke Deo looking to either get some sort of title contention, either singles field or in the tag team division with younger brother Knighton. Chip Stackworth in the feed, representing the Triad. Just in time to see his favorite Haas. Last year won that Leon White Memorial Battle Royal, which solidified him as the official Haas of the year. Looking for a repeat performance this year. Nigel's had a bit of a rough go this season. It's only his second match. His first one was actually against the debuting Monarchy. It was supposed to be a tag team match, but they laid out his sometimes partner Izzy Wrecked, who's still dealing with a broken leg. Did come up unsuccessful in that match with the Monarchy. Of course, it was 1-on-3, so that's going to be expected. Going to be looking to use all that power game against the much faster Daisuke here. Going for the right hand. Daisuke blocks the counter to the right of his own. Into a hip toss. How he got Nigel over, I don't know, but snaps off that falling knee strike. Deo, very good at manipulating his opponent's momentum. Is known as Ring General. Generally just getting tossed all over the ring right now by Bartleby. Nigel stands 7'4". Weighs about, I think, 390 for Hundo, somewhere in that ballpark. At that point, 10 pounds ain't nothing. Deo trying to take out the legs. Sweeping leg strike. Somebody played Mortal Kombat 2 as a child. Back elbow, he almost had to jump to hit it. Kicks Nigel down low in the guts. Almost had to look like a high roundhouse to hit him in it, though. Deo goes for the drop kick. It's nothing but turnbuckle post. Nigel sidesteps. Big overhand right hand to the chest. Dave flipped up onto the shoulders into the backbreaker. Now they're going to drop that big frame on the arm. Trying to pop that elbow joint out of the socket. Going right back to work on it. Nigel full control here. Into that Haas nerve pinch. Deo brought up, chopped right back down with a shot to the brain. That's not going to do any favors for anyone. Catches another one. And Nigel's letting the fist fly. By fist, I mean more than the chop nature. First cover attempt, barely gets a 1 count. big slam by Nigel. Barbie hooks the leg. NBB barely gets a one again. Deo showing some resiliency here. Sweeps out the back leg. Into the Russian leg sweep. Deo trying to drag Bartleby away from the ropes. Has a hold of that wrist lock. Now stomping on the rib cage. Boot to the chin. Trying to hammerlock that big ass arm. As the left bent back. Trying to break the fingers and then stomps on the knee. With the knee rather. Guess you're kneeing with the knee, not stomping. Anatomy lessons. Dale going back to work with that combo. Wanting to take away all the power from Bartleby. And there's a lot of it. Driving both knees into that hammerlock right arm. Bartleby though comes back up, big back body drop. Sends Deo about 8.5 feet in the air. And a side effect from Deo. Again, using that momentum. Took a lot out of Deo though, just fell afterwards. Runs through with the forearm, makes it a pair. Ducks line from Nigel, flips into the Pele kick. Nigel kick down low. Deo with the combo, kicks the knee out into that knee strike. Hooks the leg. And Nigel might have been out after that knee strike. I didn't see where it caught him. But I guess it caught him clean enough that Deo picks up the win here. Can we get another look at that knee strike? I guess not. Nigel, like the gentleman that he is, offering the handshake. Deo, surprisingly enough, going to accept it. I was expecting some snark. Maybe some of that Japanese mist. Deo, though, going to celebrate a huge victory here. Bartleby's going to go back to the drawing board. We move on from singles action to still singles action between members of our Blitz division. This long-standing rivalry between Nightmare, the former Blitz division champion 2-time, against the man that dethroned him once, and the current #1 contender, Eddie Matua. This one gonna be a straight fight. I think that's the only thing you can do when you throw these two in a ring together. In the last few weeks, Eddie has pinned Nightmare once, has pinned the current champion, Ollie Oxenfree. Completely solidifying his spot as the next in line at that belt, wanting to reclaim it for the second time this season, becoming only the third man to be a 2-time champion. Held it for a cup of coffee after his first win, wanting his second reign to be a little bit longer. If Nightmare can come up victorious here, what will that mean for that title match? Nightmare in the ring first, Eddie coming out. Oxenfree gives chase, going after his #1 contender, bouncing him off those steps. And this is going to be a street fight anyway, so that's just as legal as a headlock. Fatty's 3-count checking on Matua. Eddie's still down to fight. Bell rang. Eddie runs in, basement dropkick to the knees early. Eddie's going to look to get this thing over quick. Trying to get the feeling back in that shoulder. Nightmare rolls out of the way of that chop. Runs through with that discus boot. Eddie sent down to the corner. Nightmare catches the kick. Up and over. Got into the Gamagiri. As one Stackworth might say, hot sauce. Catches him, sits him down with the side effect. 2 matches, 2 side effects. I feel like we're some medicine here. And Remedy's not even this episode. Puns. puns. All the puns. Nightmare talking all sorts of garbage to Matua here. Eddie not standing for it. Snap vertical. Likes to float over into the pinning combination. I think he doesn't have all of it there yet. Nightmare sends him sternum first into the mat and then delivers that shoulder strike to the lower back region. Now Nightmare biting at the fingers. Nightmare was always aggressive, but since joining the Church of Ripley, has been amplified like 15-fold. Throwing the perfect neck snap. Nightmare go-to Canadian submission. Clamps on the sharpshooter. I didn't even know he had that in his pocket. Eddie going to use some of that leg strength, flipping Nightmare down. Catches him with the Northern Lights. Can't hold on to the bridge though. Looked like he wanted it. Eddie violates Wizard rule, brings Nightmare to his feet. Drops him with a lariat. Makes it a pair. Ducks the line from Nightmare. Jumps through at the clothesline. Cartwheel into the Pele kick, catching Nightmare on the top of the head. Hooks the leg, 3 count, way out of position. Nightmare out of 2 clean. I think both men forgetting this is a straight fight. Doing all this in the ring here. Matua comes through, Kona cutter. Matua victorious here, even after the interference at the beginning from the champ. Matua keeps on rolling here. Is now 2-1 on the season in singles matches against Nightmare. That Pele kick started the beginning of the end of this match, catching Nightmare clean on the top of the head. That's a concussion waiting to happen. Would run through with that cravat cutter. The Kona cutter, as we're calling it this week, I think has had about 12 names. I don't know. The only name that matters, though, is the finisher of the match. Matua very successful here. As we're going to see Nightmare, wow. Eddie Matua's 2 tag team partners, Raiden Frost and Simon Taro, finishing off Future Wave. There's been some turmoil between Frost and Taro as of late. We know even last season, going back, they weren't ever really the best of friends, even though they found great success over in Supernova Pro. Longest reigning Cruiserweight Tag Team Champions. This season, though, just not holding it. Have a huge task ahead of them here, taking on the Agents of Chaos. That's going to be gross. Whatever issues Frost and Taro have had as of late, they need to get that shit straightened out now, or they are not going to survive this match. Waiting for this feed to catch up like runs from 1992 Ring of Honor-ish. And we're still dragging. Hooray. There we go. For those of you that don't follow the rest of the triad, we know Supernova Pro this week's going to be coming at you with International Incident. Once Mr. Sackworth gets back in the feed, he'll drop that. I don't know the exact day of it. I want to say it's Friday. but there's an absolute very good chance I'm wrong. Simon Terra going to come out first. I've been saying since he debuted last season, has all the makings of a grade here. Two-time Cruise Super Junior champion in Hajime Puro. Since coming over to the Triad, as I mentioned earlier. One half, technically 1/3 of the longest reigning Cruiserweight Tag Team Champions, Future Wave, over in Supernova. Still looking to get his first singles gold here. Has put on Match of the Year candidates already this year against, I just forgot his name, Nate Hatcher over in Supernova. Had that Match of the Year, just absolute burner against Jay Hellion in the Jim Cornette Cup. If you've missed any of those matches, go check out the Triad On Demand section. Cheap plugs for all the shows. Terra and Frost looking like they're on the same page here, but I think that's just because they know the task they have ahead of them. The team that was the runner-up for last year's Team of the Year. Unquestionably the most dominant and destructive team in Supernova's history last year. I want to say their one reign with the tag team titles was the longest. Even though I think the Adrenaline Underground did hold them twice and held them for longer combined. Big Sadistic in front. The insane Ukrainian bringing up the rear. Agents of Chaos are absolutely terrifying when they get going. This match is going to be held with Tornado rules. Frost and Terra trying to get on the same page here. I don't think Frost got the memo that this is a tag team match. I don't think the agents got the memo either. Frost saying he wants to start things off against Sokolov. Frost throwing out those forearm strikes. Sokolov just absolutely dropped him, I think, with just like a snap forearm. Terra going after Big Sanders. Gets caught with a huge chop to the chest. Gutbuster on Frost. Sanders walks out Terra with the power slam. Snaps off from Saki kick. Terra using that agility, dodges it. Drops Sanders with the knee strike. And falls down with another knee. Frost going to work on Sokolov. Takes him up to the playground with a lariat. As Sanders avalanches Terra into the corner. And brings him up and plants him with the alley-oop. Not quite the alley-oop bomb. Fall has to take place in the ring, but since this is a tag team match, there will be no countouts. Is Frost getting some dental work done, getting dropped with the snake eyes onto the apron. The agents here in full control. Frost introduced those steps the hard way. Sanders coming down with that overhand right hand on Terra. Sidewalk slam on the outside. Holloway slam on the inside. Terra thrown into the corner. Looked like his back hit that middle turnbuckle post. Sanders going to hook the leg first cover 10th of the match. Frost and didn't matter. Terra kicked out at 1.5. Sokolov now switching his attention to Simon Terra. Big boot. Terra's been catching all the beatdown so far. Frost catching the hands on the outside. Reversal on the Irish whip. The Lion Whip. Sokolov heading up top. This doesn't happen often. This is going to be gross. Big splash by the Ukrainian. Hooks the leg. Frost in to break it up at 2. I didn't even think Sokolov knew what the top rope was. Kick caught into the choke slam by Sanders. Frost down. Sanders hooks the leg. Cravat neck breaker onto Simon Terra from Sokolov. Frost gonna pop up surprise ninja Frankensteiner. Knockout knee onto Simon Terra. Terra has been catching the absolute hands. Perfect neck snap from Frost. Sokolov looking to unleash the Kraken. Kick gets caught. Terra into the high angle Lion Tamer. Sanders over to break up the submission, gets taken to the outside by Frost. Terra trying to work on the arms of Sokolov now. Frost up, gets dumped with the power slam. Sokolov sent far corner. Terra looking to play Sokolov up top, runs into a knee. Gets spun around with that right hand. I'm sorry, that was a left hand. Sokolov just throwing the fist like they're going out of style. Big knee strike from Sanders, plants Frost. Overhead belly-to-belly slam. Sokolov up on the shoulders. Terra showing that freaky strength. Into the major arcana. Couldn't hold on for the cover. Sanders plants Frost with the lariat. I don't think Terra knows that Sanders is still up. Pin broken up before it's even started. Terra takes him at the celebrate, getting caught by Sanders now. Double axe handle across the back of the head. Shots from Frost are absolutely doing nothing to Terra. Frost planted Sokolov. Vader bomb out of the corner from Sanders. Seen that last season from Grim, using it as the Grim Tidings. Terra pops up that Majorana. Future Wave here looking strong. Sanders dumped to the outside. Frost has Sokolov hooked. Plants him a frostbite. Hooks the leg back press. And Future Wave here with the upset. Taking out the much bigger Agents of Chaos. Right there, I had to believe Sokolov was looking to unleash the Kraken. Terra would come back, use that freaky strike that he sometimes has in his pocket. Sokolov would catch that facebuster from Frost as we see Sanders plant Terra with that Vader bomb. Terra would isolate Sanders on the outside. Frost would plant Sokolov with the frostbite. And that would be all she wrote. That handshake, but you had to believe that was a little bit more delayed than we're used to seeing out of these two. I referenced this match earlier. One half of the former tag team champions here had that famous weekend last year rather, losing the Supernova Pro Cruiserweight Tag Team Champions to Future Wave, ironically enough. Would come down here and beat the Hollywood Heroes for our tag team champions, which they held until When Fluffy Bunnies Attack last weekend. And then after they won those, they went back to Supernova Pro and beat the Kings of the North for their tag team titles, which they held till they got beat by Adrenaline Underground. Alex Sever representing the Risen here. Coming out solo, I don't know where Akaoni is. Taking on one half of the current champions, 1/4 of Steel City Strong Style. being flanked by his co-champion, Mighty. Youngest member of the Triad to hold gold, EVH. I think I hit everything. Last season, a two-time tag team champion over in Supernova Pro, very briefly held the Cruiserweight Championship. Also almost had a weekend over the Risen this season. They were the Cruiserweight Tag Team Champions in Supernova for, I think, a month or so before dropping them to Cat 5. Meow, 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 meow. And then later that week, came in and beat the Risen and Storm Team 3 in that triple threat cell match at When Fluffy Bunnies Attack. Mighty and Nightmare now both the only men in Blitz to have held two different titles, as far as I can recall. That sounds accurate. Last week, Dragon Ascent cemented themselves as the #1 contenders to those tag straps. Gotta believe they're watching this one very closely. Alex Severa in rare singles competition here. If we can find him. Smoke is up. You gotta believe Bake might be in the building. If not Bake, definitely Salvia. Or maybe Dylon Chase, who knows. Maybe we just have a smoke machine. Alex Sever, former, I want to say he was a TV champion in Supernova Pro briefly. I know he was at least in contention for it at the start of last season. People of Victor Black. This is almost kind of like the next generation of some just absolute barn burner rivalries over in high class. We know the long history that Victor Black has had with both Bake and Iceman. Kinda gotta believe those rivalries may trickle down into the disciples of them. Sever first out. As I said, Akaoni's nowhere to be found right now. EVH up in the crowd with that Steel City intro. Representing the hashtag Heel District. Pretty sure he just stepped on a 10-year-old. As last season progressed, EVH's attitudes went completely south. I think the fact that he started realizing how good he actually is. Started off last season a lot more fun-loving this year, does not care what people think. Has taken to becoming very good friends with that Steel City Chariot. Mighty's going to be coming down the apron as we're getting our intro set up here. Want to let EVH have his moment in the sun. We got Sever. We got it. Eddie Van Hazard. There's Mighty. We got a bell. Sever that soul kick down low early. Go behind into that Snapdragon. Bridges it out. Ironically enough, there was a bridged out suplex that actually beat the tag team champions. I want to say Eddie Van Hazard actually pinned Sever in that match. As we see him throw it on the tilt-a-whirl neckbreaker. Went to work with that Iceman special that bridged out Northern Lights. We joke about it often, about how Iceman hates when people don't bridge out the Northern Lights, and you've seen why. Hazard, that go-to black guy move, even though he himself is not black, of the sliding variation. Sends Sever rather far side, catches him with a super kick on the way back. EVH full control here, short brain buster. Sever started off quick, but has not caught back up. EVH a standing moonsault. Now stomping out Sever. That's Dragon Ascent's music. Sever back to his feet. Has EVH up and over. Tiger, dead center with the bridge. Barely gets a 1 count. Sever walks through EVH's face with that boot. Mighty and Sever having words now. Sever has EVH up into the Sever ties. Rolls through with the out black. EVH though gets his ankles under that rope. Poor placement by Sever there. Rare mishap. Kicks out the knee. Throws out the knee to the ribs. Tides have turned here since Dragon Ascent made their appearance known. Sever hooks the leg. 3 count doing laps for some odd reason. Sever looking right at Mighty. Gets some vengeance. Mighty saying, "Look, I think Mighty's got the idea. There's Dragon Ascent." Mighty trying to call him down to the ring. And this is another instance of the second generation. We know the history that Bacon Iceman have had with Wizard. Midori is Wizard's younger brother. And of course, Aero Suzuki, the cousin of Hyper Suzuki. Are we already to the main event? Oh, damn. Yeah, we are. Okay. This one, champions versus challengers. As the new champions, both having won their titles at When Fluffy Bunnies Attack, the new women's champion, Shannon Higgins, and our new women's tag team champions, Erica Rumba, taking on the team of the women that earned their contention last week. Chantel Taylor winning that Warfare match. We had to catch the last little bit of it. We had some technical issues. It was bad. She looked real good, though. Finally finding that winning combination here in Blitz that she can't seem to get going in Supernova. And the number one contenders to Erica Rumba, they won that elimination 4-way team match in Limbo. Couldn't get the job done at the Cease and Desist HD Remix last season in our marquee pay-per-view. Looking to do it one more time. Can't even say one more time because Erica Rumba is the only team that beat Project Mayhem for the gold. So just looking to do it. At our next super card, Hans Run. This should be a good one. This traditional tag team match. 6-man, or woman, because, you know, lady bits. First fall to a finish. Women main event and everything with today. Allusions to things that happen in other companies that we can't technically talk about. Valentina and her partner Cece Bones, both joining Callie Day now as the only women to hold both women's belts here in Blitz. I know Callie Dane was looking forward to trying to get another shot at Higgins, but she was the first woman eliminated in that Warfare match that was ultimately won by Taylor. Taylor had, I think, 4 eliminations out of the 7. She definitely had at least 3, maybe 4. Including the one that mattered, the one that got her the win. And that shot at Iggy. If I called her Izzy Wrecked, that's completely not accurate. That's Shannon Higgins. Damn it. Out with that women's championship that she's finally got a shot at. Quested after it numerous times last season. Was never able to actually get a one-on-one match for it. Took her one match this season, came out and absolutely put the boots to Callie Dane. We said she had a good shot, but she did it in very dominant fashion, surprisingly so. On the night where Bryce Warren became the only member of Project Mayhem to hold gold. Iggy winning her women's title first. Erica Rumba winning theirs later on in the night. Beating Breeze and Mel Miller, who's Chip Stackworth's absolute favorite women's wrestler. Not even his women's wrestler, just his favorite wrestler, period. He's got every poster she's ever released on his wall. Trust me, I'm a doctor. Also not accurate at all. Sackworth goes on deep, deep records about how much he loads Mel Miller. Chantel Taylor out first. Younger sister of Steve Taylor. The current TV champion over in Supernova. Taylor's had this weird thing going on over in Supernova where she's pretty much just been attacking everyone that moves. Just coming out cuttering everybody. Planted Val Savage yesterday on Blackout. Or Voltage, whatever one it was. Yesterday was Voltage. Has pretty much just been attacking women left and right. I spoke earlier on Future Wave and their weird sort of love-hate relationship. Few teams personify that as good as in Limbo. Still refuse to come out together. Cassie Pandemonia out first. Cassie Pandemonia and partner Nevaeh Carter both on Stackworth's ones to watch list this season. I'm very hard pressed to disagree. Whether it be in tag teams or whether they break off from each other finally and go after singles gold. I see big things for both Carter and Pandemonia. All that chromed out hardware. Next weekend, Pandemonia making a rare trip over to Ireland to take on Moira over in Blarney Stone Blitz. Wanting to take her hand at the deathmatch circuit. That's got the potential to be all sorts of nasty. Nevaeh Carter, next woman out here. Has quite possibly my favorite move in the company. As you see it in that hashtag, the pearly gates. As far as I can remember, it's one of those moves that nobody has kicked out of. It's been broken up, but nobody's kicked out of it. It's kind of in that same sort of picture as our champion, Ray Damonio's Kingdom Come. Crowd firmly behind Nevaeh Carter out here. Iggy starting things off against her number one contender, Chantel Taylor. Main event bell, we are live. Taylor swings her right into a neck breaker. Into that cartwheel leg drop. A lot of that gymnastics background is implemented into her moveset. Now slaps on a dragon sleeper. Iggy throwing out those knee strikes. We know the kicks and knees of Iggy are super dangerous. High roadhouse. As Taylor hooked into that regal plex with the release. Turned Taylor completely inside out. Collar elbow tie up. Iggy pushes off. Catches that kitchen sink knee to the guts. Shannon Higgins often regarded as the top woman striker across the triad. Last year was the top 3, this year in the top 5. Those kicks are absolutely nightmarish. Taylor tags in Pandemonia. Irish whip. Combination knee into the enziguri. Pandemonia, Northern Lights, bridges it out, hooks the leg. Iggy kicks out at 2.5. Gotta believe if Pandemonia or Carter find a way to pin the women's champion here, that might do big things for after Akon's run. Pandemonia looking to take out the legs of Iggy. That stump puller. Higgins, though, rolls out the back. Irish whip on the Irish woman. Pandemonia runs in, monkey flip out of the corner. Pandemonia staying on the women's champion. Not wanting to let her get a tag in one of the members of Air Carumba. Iggy pops up, surprise ninja of Frankensteiner. Tags in young CC Bones, the youngest woman in the triad to hold gold. Snaps off the left. Going for that jawbreaker. Pandemonia kicks out the guts though. Snapmares Bones down. Bones though right back up. Gets caught with the knee right into the bow and arrow lock. Bones rolls off into the cover, kicked out of immediately. Challengers here in full control early. Tag in, Carter's in. Drop toe hold, Carter snaps off the elbow drop to lower back. Into that camel clutch. Bones, though, knowing all too well about submission, slips out the back, picks the ankles. Bones had that long rival with Callie Dane last season. Got submitted all out of her boots. Now throwing the fists. We talked about the kicks of Shannon Higgins. Sometimes overlooked the just absolute pause of CC Bones. Flips out the drop salt. That snaps off that Misaki kick. That looked high, maybe caught her on the jaw. Bones caught, sent into the challenger's corner. Quick tags from in limbo. Pandemonia up on that second rope. Double axe handle to the arm. Rolls through the arm here. Drop toe hold counter from Bones. As Pandemonia sends her up to the friendly neighborhood. Runs through at the elbow. Pandemonia, though, dodged it. Snapmare takeover. Trying to keep Bones away from her partners. Pandemonium runs out the Bulldog. Dives through, brings Higgins back in. Iggy runs through, big boot. Snaps off a left-hand lariat. Goes for the big boot one more time. Pandemonium sidestepped. Barry Irish whip. Quick tags from in limbo. Taylor hasn't seen action since the beginning. Double hip toss on Higgins. Soul kick has Higgins staggered into the ropes. Taylor pushes her off. Not Taylor now. Carter pushes her off. Delivers 2 forearms to lower back. Back into that camel clutch. Carter looking to make a submission statement here tonight. Even though it's only 2 in the afternoon almost. It's not quite nighttime yet. Carter sent into the champion's corner. Fights her way out with an elbow though. Says our women's champion, pillar to post. Completely forgetting Taylor's a part of this match. Only tagging in Pandemonium. Double back body drop. In limbo here, almost effectively making this just a 2-on-1 match. Even though there are 3 other women involved. Higgins fighting off with the knee strike coming up. Brings in CC Bones. Walks into a forearm. Cassie Pandemonium, arguably the tallest woman in our company. Uses those big legs to throw that drop kick. Trying to kick out the knees of Bones. Bones though gonna fight her way off. Runs through. Pandemonium's dodged every elbow in that corner. Catches Bones with a kick to the guts. Gonna bring Carter back in. Has Bones up in the sidewalk slam. Drops the backbreaker. Into the stomp. Carter back press, hooks the leg. Bones gonna kick out at 2. Maybe 2.1. Carter here, you're actually getting booed. Throwing out the beatdown on CC Bones here. We know the crowd loves CC Bones. Bones gonna get out of the camel clutch one more time. Has to bring Valentina in here. Drop toe hold on Carter. As I say that, Valentina finally sees her first action in the match. Takes Carter completely out of her boots to the outside. Using her body as the full bit of the weapon that it is for that lariat. High roundhouse, gets ducked, comes back around with the heel kick. Carter up, spiked to that Michinoku driver on the mats. And then just the complete disrespectful slap and snaps off that right elbow. Showing that Lucha Libre background with the head scissor takedown. Refs count at 7. We're at 8 here. Referee's count broken up just before he's going to call 10. Taylor back in. Has Valentina up, swings out with that variation on the angle slam. Thought we were going to see a count out. Valentina up and over that monkey flip. Arguably the 2 freshest women in the match going at it now. Taylor hasn't seen action since the opening bell. Valentina, the last woman tagged in. Taylor going to work on the knees of Valentina, wanting her to slow her down some. Just walking out the elbow drops through the knee joint. And then a DDT to the knee. Now kicking out the hammy, trying to completely dissect the left leg rather of Valentina. Right back to work on it. Taylor takes a minute to violate Wizard Rule, gets caught. Sent into the champion corner. Iggy brought back in to take on her number one contender. Irish whip into the double back elbow. Again showing she's got some agility with the moonsault as Valentina drops the fist. Egan's going to work with that choke now. Has the arm trying to pop the elbow joint. Has Taylor by the hair, brings her up just to slam her right back down. Has that neck figure forward out. Taylor though switches the hips, breaks the hold. Iggy looked like she was going for a soul kick. Taylor catches her, sends her into the corner. Brings Cassie Pandemonia back in. Pandemonia slingshots into the drop kick. Taylor drops the flatliner. Corks your leg drop, sister. Going right back to work on the leg of Shannon Higgins here with that stump puller. Higgins flips out the back. Looked like she wanted the schoolgirl roll up. Didn't hold on to it. Sent far side back into the corner. Gets caught the monkey flip. Inlindo and Chantel Taylor looking very fluid together here. Higgins brought back to a standing base. Into the crucifix driver. Higgins turned around hard. It's up on the shoulders, playing with that face buster. Higgins dumped to the outside. Pandemonia giving chase. Pandemonia runs in, gets caught to right. Roundhouse kick high. Higgins slips off the shoulders, throws out that forearm shot. Big kick. Refs count at 7. Hate to see this one end in a count out. Pandemonia drops that sleeper slam. And the challenger's going to take the count out victory here. Iggy almost caught that L on the Northern Lights early. That combination sidewalk slam backbreaker into the big boot, into the stomp rather, not boots. In limbo, showing that even though they hate each other, they get along well when the action goes. Even getting some good tag team action with Chantel Taylor. Our women's challengers picking up a huge bit of momentum going into our next supercard. And that is going to do it for us here. So as I said, I'm not 100% certain when Remedy's going live this week. It may be tonight, it may be tomorrow, it may be Thursday night. Unless that's the night that we're doing International Incident for Supernova Pro. Just keep an eye on the feed. Until then, I have been your voice of choice. And we are signing off. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Or not, because it's a Monday.